What's up, guys? Back at it, Mr. Shoe's Corner, March 21st. Listen to Notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls, a little bit of a throwback. Let's just dive right into it. Today's episode, we will talk about hourly workers and salary workers, and then we will talk about disposable and discretionary income and how one's pay gets affected during all this. So I ended yesterday's episode, though, briefly talking about the stock market. I had a couple emails of asking me to go over it every episode, and that's fine. I'll go over the broad range of it. Just know, though, I am not an expert, and this is not advice. So if you want advice, go to an expert. So Dow Jones, though, on Friday was down 4.55%, down to 19,173. S&P 500 was down 4.34%, or down to roughly 2,300. So if you want me to continue that, if you want me to look at stocks in more detail, comment below. Once again, I am not an expert. Go to an expert. Okay, so salary workers, hourly wage workers, disposable, discretionary. So let's just dive right into it. So hourly workers, right? I think most of my students work an hourly wage job. So hourly workers, they agreed upon an hourly rate, and however many hours they work during that time period will determine their gross pay, right? So if you earn $10 an hour and you work 10 hours during that time period, you should get $100 gross income, right? Pretty self-explanatory. $10 an hour and I work 20 hours, should get $200, etc., etc. Pretty easy to figure out, right? Salary workers, they agreed upon a certain rate that they will get paid at a certain frequency. So most salary workers, they get paid on a bi-weekly basis, which means every other week. A lot of jobs are salary, a lot of different jobs are hourly, and right now during this time, it seems that salary workers are at home, working at home, and hourly workers are not working, but they're at home. So we're going to talk about how both salary and both hourly workers are getting impacted by this. So before we dive into discretionary and disposable, a question for you. So what hourly wage jobs are still in operation? So what's still in operation right now? Are they hourly wage or are they salary workers? Comment below what you think. And also, do you think that these hourly workers or these hourly wage jobs, do you think their hours have increased, stayed the same, or decreased? Put that in your answer for question 1 below. Me personally, I think that there's less and less jobs out there, and these workers are working more and more. Perfect example is I have some students that reached out to me that work at Giant, and they're saying that they are working so many extra hours now. It's unbelievable. So comment below. I want to hear your thoughts on that. All right, so we have hourly workers and we have salary workers, right? We went over hourly, the rate, and salary, they agreed upon a set rate. An example for salary workers is your teachers, right? Teachers, we get paid every other week. We have a contract we agreed upon, and yeah, we get paid every other week, and regardless if we're teaching or not. So there's options to get paid for teachers because we have summers off. Shout out. We have the option of continuing getting paid in the summer, or we have an option of collecting some at the end of the school year. So there are different options out there, but for the most part, every other week we agreed upon payment, and that's what we get paid. So now we know salary, now we know hourly, we got examples of each. Let's talk about disposable income, money after taxes. So I do this rate, a pretty rough conversion rate of 30% of your gross income or your total income before taxes are taken out. So you take that dollar amount, times it by 30%, and that's the amount of money that is roughly taken out from your gross income in taxes. So disposable income is money after taxes. right? Before I spend any of it on some utilities or essentials. My discretionary income is money left after taxes and paying for all my payments, all my necessary payments. Like for me, my discretionary income is taken out, or the total is after I pay for my rent, my electric, my internet, food, etc. Stuff like that. So that's what I mean by necessities, and that's what I mean by discretionary income. So, question 2 is, what do you think is a necessary bill one must pay during this time? So I have my disposable income, right? I have my, after my hourly, however many hours I work that time period, or my salary, that's what I have left over. That's my disposable income, because I have taxes that get taken out. Then I have discretionary income. I have to pay for all my bills. So what bills do you think is most important? What bill do you think that some people are just going to be like, I'll wait, I'll wait, I'll defer that. Like, oh, okay, I can, like, you can take that away from me. So I mentioned a couple: food, I mentioned electric, I mentioned rent. What do you think? And there's different forms of rent, mortgage, and whatever. That's your second question. Put it below. Had a pretty quick lesson today. I'm not gonna go 10-minute little rants anymore. Yeah, and I'm gonna end it with Big Papa. Let me know what you think about the whole stock market idea. Let me know your thoughts on these questions: hourly, salary workers, disposable, discretionary income. Comment below. And yeah, I'm gonna send you off with. I'm gonna fast forward to the good part of Big Papa. Let's throw our hands in the air. Oh, language. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, guys. See you tomorrow. Mr. C out. See you tomorrow.